Hi, welcome to my journey. This is Miss Carr and I am inviting you to learn with me. Are you ready? Let's go! Hello! Ang pag-uusapan natin today is about rational and irrational numbers. So, titingnan natin kung ano yung pinagkaiba niya at kung ano yung connection ng rational numbers dun sa iba pang type of numbers na pinag-usapan natin from previous videos. Okay? Okay, so I have here three real-life scenarios where you can apply the concept of rational numbers. Okay, so I want you to try answering this and let's see if you already have that skill and knowledge about this concept. Okay? Okay, so what is a rational number? A rational number is a number that can be expressed as a fraction where both the numerator and the denominator in the fraction are integers. Okay? So, sinasabi lang na kapag ang isang number is pwede mong gawing fraction and both the numerator and denominator are integers, then yes, that number is a rational number. So, for example, we have 5. That is an integer, right? So, lahat ng integers, kapag ginawa mo yung fraction, ang denominator niya lang is 1. Alright? So, 5 can be 5 over 1. So, since numerator niya and denominator are integers, so therefore, 5 is a rational number. Negative 1.75. If you turn that into fraction, that is negative 175 over 100. Or simply negative 7 over 4. Okay? So both numerator and denominator are integers, so therefore this is a rational number. Okay? How about 25%? If you turn that into fraction, that is 25 over 100 or simply 1/4. Both numerator and denominator are integers, so therefore 25% is a rational number. Alright, if you are having a hard time converting decimal and percent into fraction, pwede nyong panoorin ulit yung video about yung fraction and decimal para ma-refresh kayo. Okay? Next, we have 0. 0 is an integer. So again, you can turn that into fraction and ang denominator ay 1. So yes, 0 is a rational number because you can turn that into fraction. And both numerator and denominator are integers. How about 0.11111 and so on? If you turn that into fraction, that is 1 over 9. Okay? So if you want to double check, just use calculator and divide 1 and 9. And then you'll get this answer. That is the exact answer. Okay? So these are the rational numbers. But these last two, hindi sila rational numbers. Okay? And then later, pag-uusapan natin kung bakit hindi sila rational number. Okay? Alright. So, kung naaalala niyo yung mga previous videos natin, pinag-usapan na rin natin kung paano mag-add, mag-subtract, mag-multiply, at mag-divide ng mga rational numbers. Diba? Remember, yung mga nauna natin, we applied the 4 basic operations dun sa whole number. And then, we did that also dun sa decimal, sa percent, and sa integers. Alright? So, if you want to study it again or review, just watch the previous videos that we have. Okay? Okay, so pag-usapan naman natin yung properties of rational numbers. So, pag pinag-usapan natin yung properties ng rational numbers, may encounter natin yung closure property, commutative property, associative property, distributive law, additive inverse, and multiplicative inverse. Okay, so later we'll have examples. So, just keep watching. Okay, so pag-usapan natin yung closure property. Sinasabi lang dito na rational numbers are closed under addition, subtraction, multiplication, but not in division. Okay? So, alamin natin kung bakit. Kasi, sinasabi lang sa closure property na kapag yung two rational numbers, pag in-apply natin yung 4 basic operation, yung sagot lang is rational number then. Okay? Let's have example. So, we have here 6 plus 5. Alright, yung 6 tsaka 5, alam natin na rational numbers yan. Kasi we can turn them into fraction, diba? 6 is over 1, 5 over 1. Now, when you add 6 plus 5, the answer is 11. Question, pwede ba natin gawing fraction ng 11? Yes, that is 11 over 1. Therefore, yung sagot is also a rational number. That's why this is applicable dun sa closure property. Okay? How about this one sa subtraction? 28 minus 21. 28 and 21 are rational numbers. You can turn them into fraction. But how about their difference o yung sagot? Yes, 7 over 1. So therefore, yung difference nila is a rational number as well. How about this multiplication? 3 times 4. 3 and 4 are rational numbers, and their product 12 is a rational number as well because you can turn that into fraction. Alright? So, how about division? I have here 8 over 0, or I can read that as 8 divided by 0. Remember that division is just opposite of multiplication. So, meron bang number that when you multiply by 0, the answer is 8? There is none, right? So, 0 times 3 is still 0. 0 times 8 is still 0. So, walang number na pag minultiply mo sa 0, that will be 8. Okay? So, that's why the answer is undefined. Hindi natin alam. So, ibig sabihin, hindi laging rational number ang sagot pag nagde-divide. So, dahil dyan, hindi applicable yung closure property sa division. Okay? But there are division na rational number pa rin yung sagot. Like 4 divided by 2, that is 2. 2 is a rational number kasi pwede mo siyang gawing fraction. Basta sinasabi lang, sa division, hindi laging ang quotient or sagot is rational number. Okay? Okay, so commutative property, ang ibig sabihin lang yan is kapag binaliktad mo, yung i-add mo o yung i-multiply mo, parehas pa rin yung sagot. Okay? So, example, I have here 8 plus 4. Kapag ginawa mo siyang 4 plus 8, parehas na 12 ang sagot niya. Okay? Same with 5 times 3 at ginawa mong 3 times 5, 15 pa rin yung sagot niya. Okay? So, yun lang ibig sabihin ng commutative property at applicable lang siya sa addition at multiplication. Sa subtraction at division, hindi siya pwede kasi mag-iiba yung sagot ng subtrahend at minuend mo kapag binaliktad. Ganon din ang divisor at saka dividend mo. Okay? So, yes, addition at multiplication lang applicable yung commutative property. Okay, so associative property, this time, ang ibig sabihin lang yan is kapag nag-add tayo ng iniba natin yung order, parehas lang din yung magiging sagot. So, example, 8 plus 4 plus 7, tapos ginawa mo instead is, inuna mo si 8 plus 7 plus 4. Alright? So, kahit ano daw unahin mo, pag nag-a-add ka, parehas pa rin na yun yung magiging sagot niya. So, yan lang yung associative property ng addition pagdating sa rational. Again, these are rational numbers because you can turn them into fraction. Okay? How about multiplication? So, we have here 5 times 3 times 6. Yung una, ginawa mo is 5 times 3 muna, saka kay 6. Dito, 5 times 6 times 3. So, sinasabi lang sa associative property ng multiplication is yung mga rational number mo, kahit saan pa dyan yung unahin mong i-times or i-multiply, yun at yun pa rin ang magiging sagot or parehas lang din. Okay? Alright, so distributivity of multiplication over addition and over subtraction. So, sinasabi lang dyan from the word itself, distribute, okay? So, we have here 4 times, open and close parentheses, 3 plus 9. So, i-distribute natin yung 4, so it will become 4 times 3 and 4 times 9. Alright, so ito lang yun. So, sabi dyan na pag ginawa nyo yan parehas, parehas lang din yung magiging sagot ng rational number nyo. Okay? So, same din sa subtraction. So, meron tayong 3 times, open and close parentheses, 7 minus 2. Pag dinistribute mo daw yung 3, for example, 3 times 7, saka mo ima-minus sa 3 times 2, parehas lang yung magiging sagot na 5. Okay? So, distributivity of multiplication is just applicable sa addition saka sa subtraction ng rational numbers. Okay? Okay, so pag sinabi namang additive inverse, ito lang yung opposite ng rational number. Okay? So, example, we have a rational number na 5 over 1. So, yung additive inverse niya is negative 5 over 1. So, the equivalent is just 0. Okay? So, next, we have 7. So, that is a rational number. Plus dun sa opposite na negative 7, that is always 0. So, 0.25, ang opposite niya or additive inverse niya is negative 0.25. That is 0. So, sinasabi lang dito that when you combine or add yung rational number at saka yung additive inverse niya, it's always 0. Okay? Okay, so we have multiplicative inverse or just the reciprocal. So, sinasabi lang dito that when we multiply a rational number to its multiplicative inverse or reciprocal, ang laging sagot lang ay 1. Okay? So, for example, 5 over 1, yung reciprocal niya or inverse niya is 1 over 5. So, when you multiply that, 5 times 1, that is 5. 1 times 5, that is 5. And then, di ba, yung pagparehas yung numerator tsaka denominator, that is equivalent to 1 kasi simply 5 divided by 5. Okay? So, same goes here. The inverse of 2 over 7, that is 7 over 2. So, 2 times 7, that's 14. 7 times 2, that's 14. So, 14 over 14, that is 1. Alright? Okay, so tingnan naman natin kung ano yung order ng rational numbers natin. Okay, so we have here 1/4, 75%, 0.04, 10%, 9 over 2, or 3. For us to easily check or order them, kailangan i-convert nyo muna sila sa isang form. So, pwedeng, since naka-fraction, pwede nyo i-convert muna lahat sa fraction. Or, gusto nyo, naka-percent, i-convert nyo muna lahat sa percent. But here, I choose to convert them into decimal. Okay? So, 0.04, that is already in decimal. 10%, that is 0.10. 1/3, that is, 1/4, that is 0.25. 75%, that is 0.75. 3, that is 3, or just 3.0. 9 over 2, that is 4.5. So, as you can see, in-arrange ko na sila. So, nauuna, or pinakamaliit, si 0.04. Tas sunod si 10%. Tas sumunod si 1/4. Sumunod si 75%. Sumunod si 3. Sumunod na si 9 over 2. Okay? So, if nahihirapan pa kayo mag-convert ng fraction into percent to decimal or vice versa, just watch the video dun sa tungkol sa fraction, decimal, tsaka percent. Okay? Alright, so let's find out using the number line if you can tell the natural numbers between 1 and 4. Alright, so this is 1 and this is 4. So what are the natural numbers between them? So we have 2 and 3. Okay, so again, natural numbers are also called counting numbers. Okay? Okay, so can you tell the integers between negative 3 and 2? So we have here negative 3 and this is 2, right? So how many integers we can find between them? So we have 1, 0, negative 1, and negative 2. Alright, so there are 4 integers between negative 3 and positive 2. Okay, so how about this one? Can you tell the integers between 1 and 2? This is 1, this is 2. Can you tell? Alright, so there's none, right? Kasi wala ka na makikitang integer between them. But how about rational numbers? Can you tell rational numbers between 1 and 2? Alright, let's find out. Alright, so the rational numbers that we can see between the integer 1 and 2 are these. Alright? But now, my question is, can you tell the rational numbers between 2/5 and 3/5? So this is your 2/5 and this is your 3/5. Can you tell the rational numbers between them? Let's find out. Alright, so for us to know the rational numbers between 2/5 and 3/5, we need first to get the equivalent fractions of 2/5 and 3/5. So, diba, from the previous video, napag-aralan na natin yung kung paano kunin yun, right? Yung equivalent fraction nila. So, kung hindi nyo pa alam, just watch and check it again, okay? So, 2/5 can be 20 over 50, and then 3/5 can be 30 over 50, okay? So, here is the 20 over 50, and this is the 30 over 50. Then, these are the rationals, or the rational numbers between them, okay? Okay, so this time, pag-usapan naman natin yung about sa irrational numbers. Kanina, yung rational numbers, ibig sabihin, kaya natin siyang gawing fraction. So, unlike rational numbers, yung irrational numbers, it means no ratio or no fraction. So, in short, hindi natin siya pwedeng i-convert into fraction. So, these are the examples, okay? So, kung mapapansin mo, yung sagot nila or equivalent nila dito is these, alright? So, yung decimal numbers nila, non-repeating. So, ibig sabihin, walang pattern, walang paulit-ulit, and non-terminating or walang katapusan. Okay? So, in short, dahil nga non-repeating or non-terminating, hindi mo siya magagawa ng fraction. Kasi, di ba yung denominator ng fraction, naka-base yun dun sa decimal number mo. Okay? So, yes, irrational numbers have non-terminating and non-repeating numbers. Okay? So, how about this one? Square root of 9 and square root of 4. Are they rational numbers or irrational numbers? So, sagutin natin. Square root of 9 is 3, right? Square root of 4 is 2. Diba naalala natin na 3 and 2 are rational numbers because you can turn them into fraction, right? So, therefore, these numbers are rational numbers. So, kailan lang nagiging irrational numbers kapag nag-square root tayo? Kapag ang ni-square root natin ay prime numbers, okay? Or hindi perfect square. So, for example to, square root of 2, square root of 3, tsaka square root of 99. They are not perfect square, and therefore, they are irrational numbers. Okay? So, yun lang naman ang pinagkaiba ng rational at irrational numbers. Yung rational, pwede mong gawing fraction. Yung irrational, hindi mo pwede gawing fraction. Okay?